The Harper family's minivan rumbled to a stop. Dust swirled around the tires. Their new home loomed before them, a 3-story Victorian mansion with a wraparound porch and a tower. 10-year-old Billy, 8-year-old twins Sam and Sally, and little 4-year-old Lily stared out the windows.
Wow, it looks like a castle.
Come on, let's go explore.
As they stepped inside, the air grew heavy, thick with the smell of dampness and decay. Cobwebs clung to the furniture like ghostly shrouds.
It just needs a little TLC.
Mary, John's wife, tried to sound optimistic, but even she couldn't shake the feeling that something was not quite right. It was as if the house itself was watching them, its empty windows like vacant eyes. Lily was immediately drawn to the attic. She skipped up the creaky stairs, her laughter echoing through the silent house. In the dusty gloom, she discovered a rocking horse, its paint chipped and faded.
This is Buttercup!
From that day forward, Lily was inseparable from her new friend Buttercup. At first, the rest of the family paid little attention to Lily's new companion. They assumed it was just an imaginary friend. But as the days turned into weeks, they started to notice strange things. They would hear Lily's laughter coming from the attic, but when they went to check on her, they would find her talking to thin air.
Who are you talking to, sweetheart?
I was talking to George, Daddy. He's my friend.
John's blood ran cold. There was no one else in the room. Lily's friendship with George took a sinister turn. Objects began to move around the house on their own. Doors slammed shut without a breeze. Whispers followed them from room to room. One night, Mary woke to the sound of breaking glass. She rushed downstairs to find the china cabinet in pieces.
George doesn't like it when you yell at me.
Fear coiled in Mary's stomach. This was no longer a harmless game.
We need to do something. This thing, whatever it is, it's changing her.
John said to Mary one night, his voice heavy with worry. They needed to get help. In desperation, they reached out to Father Michael, a respected priest known for his compassion and understanding. Father Michael listened patiently as they recounted their experiences. He agreed to visit their home and assess the situation.
Don't worry, there's always a way to combat darkness with light.
But as soon as Father Michael stepped into the house, he felt a cold shiver run down his spine. The air grew heavy, pressing down on him like an invisible weight. Lily, who had been unusually quiet, suddenly brightened up when she saw Father Michael.
George, look, it's Father Michael. He's going to help us.
Father Michael gave Lily a warm smile, but inside, his heart was pounding. As Father Michael began to bless the house, a blood-curdling scream echoed through the halls. The family watched in horror as Father Michael was thrown against the wall, an unseen force tossing him like a rag doll. Lily just smiled. Panic seized the family. They were trapped, with no one to turn to for help. The phone lines were dead, the car wouldn't start. The house held them captive. They huddled together in the living room, their faces pale with terror. Every creak of the floorboards, every gust of wind against the windows, sent shivers down their spines. They knew that George was toying with them, savoring their fear. Throughout the endless night, the house became a nightmare. Furniture flew across rooms. Disembodied voices whispered their names.
We have to get out of here. I won't let George hurt our family.
Armed with a fireplace poker, John led his family in a desperate attempt to fight their way out. As the first rays of dawn pierced through the darkness, a glimmer of hope emerged. John noticed that the supernatural activity seemed to lessen with the approaching daylight. He realized that their only chance of escape was to wait until sunrise. They huddled together, their bodies trembling with fear and exhaustion as the sky slowly turned from black to gray to pale blue. Finally, the sun peeked over the horizon, casting its golden rays across the haunted house. John didn't waste a second. He gathered his family and made a run for it.
Come on, everyone, let's go!
To their surprise, George offered no resistance. They fled the house, not daring to look back. As they stumbled out onto the front lawn, they saw their car, which had been mysteriously repaired overnight.
Don't worry. George is coming with us.